Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's October 1st, 2019. I'm outside near the gazebo, not too far from the greenhouse and by Pond 5. And today's video is about what's happened since we started our pond sealing process. Now, Pond 5 is one of the ponds that we put in, probably 10 years ago. And our property is basically ideal for a really bony gravel bed. Actually, next door to us is one gravel bed, and the next door to that is another gravel bed, with the exception of one small piece of property that we surround. So this whole area is loaded with sand and gravel. Our property isn't the ideal gravel for selling, because it's either sandy areas or really heavy bony areas that make good stone walls. So this pond was dug with about a 30-ton excavator about 10 years ago. It sits up against, on the west edge of the property, an old stone wall, and we really build up that area pretty deep. There's an island in the pond right here behind me. There's a couple of multiple trees that have started up over the years, but we also planted some pussy willows on there, and the birds love this area. It's a great place for the fish to come. Last year, and I'll put a link in the upper right hand corner to at least one of the videos, and we did a series on what we've been doing over the last couple of years. So I've really been using lots of paper products, paper, cardboard material, laying it down on the surface of the gravel that makes up the pond walls and base, and then putting vegetable matter as we get weeds out of various areas, or we get at the end of the season we harvest all the materials of plant material. Instead of that plant material going to the composting system, I put it right down on top of the cardboard here. Now, last year at the end of the season, about half of the pond was completely dry, the shallower end, the more south and western west of the island. And we were able to build up the base on that side. And this year, the pond hasn't gone completely dry. Now, 2 months ago, we did have one torrential rainfall, so we had some flooding here, so that really did boost up the level of the pond. But the rate of water loss, aside from evaporation, because we can assess about how much the evaporation with all our other ponds is, the rate of loss has slowed. Has it slowed tremendously? No, because there'd still be more water in the pond if we had this. But as a result of taking all of that organic material, whether it's cardboard or paper products or weeds or the garden plants, the eggplants, the tomatoes, the cabbage, the cauliflower, whatever it is, the broccoli, all of those materials laying down on the surface of the cardboard, all of that broke down into nice small organic material. And gradually over the seasons, over the winter months, and as the water recedes and the ducks working the water, all the wildlife in there, the sediment will work its way down towards the base of the pond. Now, we know that's going to happen, and I predicted it's going to take at least 3 or 4 years of doing this to make it happen, to really seal up the pond well. My plan is, in 3 or 4 years from now, once we've acquired enough organic material that's been working its way down the base, is when it gets its driest, or if I pump some of the extra water out, I'll go down there with the excavator and really pack down the walls, make that sediment thicker in the walls. That's what I'll do if it still leaks in a few years. Now, this season I've been really going crazy trying to take care of building the greenhouse, all of those things, and you've seen those videos. I really haven't, and we haven't been acquiring extra cardboard. Now, we have one large pile of it, which will be used for another project, but I haven't done that. But it's that time of year when I got to go through the garden in the next couple of weeks and just clean out these gardens and hopefully get them get the tarps down, the tarps down, so we can do occultation and protect them during the winter months, because those winds will be coming really soon. We've had a very warm, a hotter than usual summer and fall so far. It has started doing the raining at this point. We had a little bit of rain over last night, about less than 1/10 of an inch. We've had that a couple of times over the last week or so. So I've been switching gear to working on some of the garden beds, getting them ready for garlic and shallots, those sorts of things, and getting ready for next season as well. But I wanted to give you an update on this pond. The pond it has improved. I walked down around the perimeter. The amount of organic material sediment that's really broken down and is much thicker. You can no longer see the gravel towards the base. You can still see the gravel up higher on the banks where there's vegetation growing there. But as we build up the material along the sides, hopefully things will get much better. So overall, I'm pretty darn happy with us not having to go down and net all the fish out of the pond and move them to other areas. That's really important to us. The ponds are doing well. The heron's been hunting like crazy down here, and it's been much more enjoyable without the pond getting so low. So far so good. Paper products, cardboard products, vegetable matter from your gardens. If I had hay from neighbors or straw or other materials, or I wasn't doing as much composting as we need to do, I'd be taking more of that organic material and laying along the pond edges as well. It's a slower system than hauling in clay, but the system does work. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. If you thought this video was of value, please give us a thumbs up, and by all means, folks, have a great day. Bye-bye now.